my heart and soul in, so you feel it.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. 10 Lobo. I'm coming, baby. Fight.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Throwing Jones. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Robert Quinn able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down, Dallas.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. They'll give to Elliott. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand in first place, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Week 9 wrapping up here tonight at MetLife Stadium. Time to look ahead to Week 10. Thursday Night Football. We'll be heading cross-country tomorrow to get out to the Bay Area. We'll see the Chargers and the Raiders from the East Bay. The Raiders down to 4 more home games. That's it. Left in Oakland. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. This is Elliott. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 81 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now out come the Giants. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Come off the ball, come on.
From the gun, Jones. And this will be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ready up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Ready.
Jones to throw again. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Leo. 5.
Throwing on first down. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Jennings was the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Who that?
Here's a give to Barkley. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. 80 weapon. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Jones now on third down. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Remember with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is. And was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here we go, 46, 46.
A first down throw for Prescott. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on. Check 52's the money. Check 52's the money. All that, man.
Prescott to throw it. This is intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And the Giants ready to come out now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Hey, Zoo. Mike 5'5", Mike 55, Mike 5'5".
Now Jones going to throw again. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
Thank think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Here we go. 52's the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Prescott from the gun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Prescott now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 52 right here. 52. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. By 52, by 52.
And again, it's Prescott. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
They go to Elliott again. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Cowboy 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott now. Cooper's got it. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling your defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Touchdown, Giants! Corey Coleman taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kareem Martin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Go now. 60 or 54. Pick it up. Let's go.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
Let's go.
At their own 10-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down, Cowboys.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
3rd and 12.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Fielded about a yard deep. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 4th-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. The give is to Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And a Cowboy first down.
Choose the mic. Right here, right here.
Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They come out here in the eye. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll come out in the pistol. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now here's Pollard into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. They come out here in the I. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott taking it in. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Change to stop. 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Ready?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Gary Jennings, 81 yards. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Giants 32. Albert Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they will start out in great shape up very close to midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run with Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At their 49-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
4 down, 4 down.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.